What are good icebreaker opening messages?
Real comfortable here.
Now it's getting to get good. Oh, look at you. Looking all nice and colorful. I'm
With
rubbing
my
off on you.
animal,
I know. Are those high enough to be seen? There you
probably.
go. You might be able to see it there. You're animal print. But you love animal print anyway.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I love a good leopard.
Mm-hmm.
A leopard print. It's a neutral.
Animal print is.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's like denim and army green and animal print.
Right. Which can all also go together.
I also love a good neutral. Leopard. Is that the vest I got? Was that a leopard fur vest?
Yes, you now are the happy owner of a fur
Hey, man.
leopard, cheetah, something like that. I
Something
don't
like that.
know.
I don't know. I
I'm
saw it.
sure it'll make an appearance here in this space.
It
at
will
some
definitely make
point
an appearance
or
off of a
another.
nice estate sale purchase.
Thank you to the lovely older woman that decided that she wanted to get rid of it.
It was also my size.
Yeah, that was also your
That was also my size. Thankfully, she wasn't petite. So I could take some of her old fancy schwang.
Yeah, so we're back today with more questions.
Yes, yes, yes.
What have we got today?
What have we got today as we get a little bit more into the shift? Whose turn is it? Am I supposed to answer first? I want to ask the question. Let's be honest. I already took it out. I might as well. I should do it like you. Never mind. I don't know if I like this question. I mean, it's okay. All right. So here you go. What are good icebreaker opening messages? I did not.
Oh, like if they're online.
Oh,
dating?
okay. I was about to say I'm not even sure what this references. Okay. Yeah. I guess it's online dating. Got it.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Okay.
So
Because I was thinking in person for a second.
I don't think so. I think it's probably.
It probably is online dating if you see somebody's message and you want to start up and spark up the conversation. And
Well, if we're wrong, if you're the person that sent in this question,
yeah, comment and
let us know.
right, because then we might
If
have to
we're-
make a whole nother episode for it. But
Right.
we'd rather do that than to have not answered the question in the first place. So.
Yeah. So if we go on the premise of what are some good opening if it's online dating,
Yeah.
I personally like the idea of referencing something in their profile.
Okay.
I don't like the thing about hey or something about the way someone looks like you're beautiful. What are you doing on here? Those type of things which happen all the time.
I'm sure.
So I think asking questions about their profile. I always say to the people that I'm working with one-on-one, like make yourself memorable.
Yeah.
Like ask something that makes yourself memorable. I mean, how many people on their online profiles are like, love to travel, and they're posting
Which is the answer
travel.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Love to travel.
Love to travel. Yeah. Really, I think like some of those should just be like love time off work.
Right, because some people don't want to travel. They just don't want to work.
Don't really like to travel.
They ain't trying to go anyplace. They just want to go home.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to leave home more so than even go home.
Not working. So I say like make yourself memorable. I like things that are like silly or funny or like bantery.
Yep.
So I like stuff like that, but sometimes people aren't as confident or comfortable in that.
Or being able to do it in writing.
Right. And if you're not, then it can come across sometimes snarky. And people are very brave in front of their screens, as I've told you that before. They would say it and like they would send it to you, but they would never say it to your face.
Yeah.
Things. So sometimes those can get a little bit weird if you're like being silly or bantery.
Wait a minute. But because I know you say that, and I think of people being brave, and I think of people making rude comments or something. Mm-hmm. So kind of example? What do you mean by brave, but a snarky comment? You just mean snarky, or what do you mean by brave?
Yeah, sometimes. Well, I mean,
funny?
People would say stuff to your face that they wouldn't. They won't say stuff to your face that they will send like over the internet. Right?
Yeah,
they would comment or something that they would never say to your face. So they're much more brave when they're in front of their screen than when they're in front of you face to face. So what I'm saying about that is sometimes if you're being silly, because we have developed this pattern, I feel like, as society,
Yeah.
to say mean things to people online.
And then, okay, I got no.
That then
okay, continue.
you might like. I don't want someone to receive that as negative or sharp or curt
Okay,
or
okay.
something
So
like
they
that.
might be trying to be silly and
Right.
like, oh, that's a beautiful lime green sweater you got on there, and somebody's
Yeah.
reading that in a negative in a
Yeah.
negative way. Okay.
Like one of
I mean, I
our
do
one
think
of
it's a
our
beautiful
shift
lime
group.
green because
Say that again.
although I do think it's a beautiful green on you because I like you in color.
Thank you.
It used to be all black and
And I
white.
prefer the neutrals:
Black and white.
army green, denim.
You're like
leopard.
the old store in the mall that used to be just White House, and then it became White House Black Market, and now you walk by and they actually have stuff of color in there because it used to be all white and it was black and white.
Nice.
That's about your evolution.
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying we had one of our participants to one of our groups. But she's very silly and funny and quick-witted, and if their profile would be sort of absent of things or whatever, maybe was that when she would do it? Maybe I'm getting it wrong. She would like her funny comment would be like, "Yeah, you're not giving me anything to work with here."
Yeah.
And when I know her and you know her because she's in our group.
Yep.
Like very funny and very.
I know immediately that's
not
just quippy.
Yeah, it's very quippy.
Yeah.
But some people could read that as like, well, fine then.
She feels good about herself.
I'm not talking to you.
That is a good example though.
Yeah.
That's a good example. Yeah.
Where if you know her and you're looking at it or reading it, like if she would text that to me, I would be like, ha ha ha.
Right.
You know.
Because then you could toss back, well, I like horses. Or something dumb. Like something dumb, and then she would have a ball with that.
Or I would write back. Actually, if someone like her would send that to me, my response would probably be like, "You're giving me so much to work with. I don't even know where to start."
Oh, see,
like something. I don't even know which one to choose.
I would have gone real
which
random.
One to choose.
I used to have a random question, and I'm trying to remember. Like it was something stupid. A man and woman sat down on a park bench. One was drinking ginger ale. The other was drinking orange juice. Tell me what that means to you. It means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely, but I gotta ask people. I gotta ask people a question like that, and they start giving me this existential breakdown of life between ginger ale and orange juice and something random in it. I'm like, I don't even know.
Meanwhile, I'm over here when you say stuff like that to me. I'm like, just I don't have time for you today.
I mean, that's your usual with me anyway. You're used to ignoring me anyway, so. You've just been whatever, dude. And just walking out the room.
Yeah, right. So I think a good opening message is saying something about their profile, asking a question because a statement doesn't require a response.
Yeah.
But asking a question about something on their profile that makes you memorable, that's not just a regular run of the mill question that everybody's going to ask. And if you don't know what that is, just ask. Ask ChatGPT.
I mean, for real. If you need,
don't overcomplicate it.
Right. If you need some chat assistance, go ahead.
Yeah.
I know I always tried to do something, and you can give me your opinion on this, but I always thought it was a good thing. I still think it's a good thing to end with a question. No matter what your response is to something, no matter what your response is to whatever was asked or the statement or anything, always end it with a question. And I don't mean a yes or no question, but end it with an open-ended question that requires a sentence.
Yeah, because just a hey doesn't require
Here's the thing about hey too. Because people are texting it or they're putting it in their profile or whatever in their messaging, and they're thinking I'm in a dating app so I can just write hey. That is still the equivalent of somebody yelling hey out the car as they drive by. It's no different. It's like, hey girl, what up? You know, what your name is? What your name is? That's all that hey is. It's the equivalent of that. Like it's the equivalent of that. If that's all you put is hey, all you doing is what your name is? Hey girl. hey. Sade. That's
a cat call. That's not a conversation.
No.
That's a cat call.
You're wondering why nobody's responding to you because all you said was shoddy. Shoddy. You cracked a smile. You said shoddy. You're hanging out the side of your best friend's ride.
I'm laughing because I know you like love and hate it when I say stuff like that.
Oh, I do. It sounds so country and suburban. Go ahead and do it so they can understand.
What would you say, shoddy?
So pitiful. It is so, oh, so like straight up and down.
Don't be ratchet.
Oh gosh, yes. You still have you got that right like once or twice. Twice. It's ratchet. It's like you try to pronounce every letter.
How do you say it?
Ratchet.
Say it again.
Ratchet.
Ratchet.
Closer. You just gotta let it all flow together. It's not actually.
But it ends with the T.
That's the only letter in it. It's like there are no other letters except for the T at the ratchet. That's it.
I feel like I said it just like you did.
Maybe there's an R and a slight T, and the rest of the letters are just blobs.
Well,
So
agree
that's
to
what I'm
disagree.
saying. I mean, you like to do that a lot. That's your version of saying, I know you're right, so I'll let it go. That's all right.
What would you say are good opening?
I feel like I have a hair or something.
Opening messages.
Ooh. One, I do like to start from the profile. So I would specifically go back and read the profile and find something. Find something that says, hey, if I'm going to send you a message or if you sent me a message and I responded, I'm at least going to show you that I paid enough time, enough attention to read like a 30-minute, 45-second thing of your profile. Even if it's just to scan it and find one thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if all you're doing is like you're doing it as if you're Google or something and you're just looking for a keyword real quick you can fixate on. Just find something in the profile, write a question about the profile, about that thing on the profile. And here's the thing. Once again, this is one of those things that I think people approach like it's a new situation every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to admit it, but you got me with a template message. And I'll also say that there were several types of questions that I knew I could ask based on if I saw something in the
someone's
profile that I just knew. And so you could have a list of 10, 15, 20 questions that are just your opening questions. If they like dogs, here's your question about dogs. If they like to travel, here's your question about travel. Now, I would say if that's the case, right? I think if that's the case, somebody needs to make sure that they actually, if you're going to spend time figuring out what question or how to open your profile, please spend some additional time trying to make sure it's not basic. Like,
yeah.
If you like to travel, please don't let the opening question be, where do you like to travel to?
Yeah. Or maybe it's, here's some of my favorite places.
Right.
You know, have you been to any of these or your thoughts? Or like, here's where I would like to, this is on my bucket list. What's on your bucket list? That would be a good one.
Or if you have
For
the
travel
person
stuff.
whose profile is kind of quippy, right? So then you have the profile who's kind of quippy. Then you can say, oh, what's the funniest story you had while traveling?
Yeah.
Or if you want to put your foot out there even more, you say like you did. You start out with a story. One time I went traveling, this happened. What's a funny story that happened with you? Because you're reading their profile, you can understand from their profile they have a certain level of I'm about to say humanity, hunger, humor. That's the H word I'm looking for. They have a certain level of humor, so you can lead off with the funny, right?
Right.
So if I imagine this in the broken down sense that I would imagine this in, say you have 10 things that you know. All right, here are 10 things I know that I could easily jump into a conversation about. Bam, that's your left column of your spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
Next column is, here's a question to ask if they seem serious. Here's a question to ask if their profile is
like if they seem like a serious person.
Yeah, and when I say serious, maybe it's just a professional. Maybe it's just a professional profile, or it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Down the middle. It's not necessarily professional. It's not necessarily serious, but it is kind of organized and structured and
very matter of fact.
Maybe very matter of fact, but it seems like they are not giving away too much. So here's your matter of fact. Here's your down the center line. Here's a question I can ask. Here's a question I can ask if they seem humorous. Mm-hmm. Here's a question I can ask if they haven't given me a lot of information. Right. Here's a question I can ask if I just saw a picture of them doing something that connected to me. Mm-hmm. And so now you have 10 things, 4 or 5 columns. You got 50 questions to already start out with. I mean, now you don't have to ask, what are my icebreakers? You got a list of 50. Pick from your 50. Yeah. Word it for whatever works in the moment and go about your business. And I know that saying that sounds like, who's got time to sit down and write 50 questions? or who has time to sit there and learn about 50 questions? I mean, if you're on the app, you got some time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're on the app to find somebody to take up your time. So go ahead and take some time and prep for this bad boy.
Right.
Because here's the thing. The truth of the matter is, all you're really doing is organizing your thoughts. You're not coming up with new questions. You're not coming up with new content or anything.
And they're most likely going to be basic questions.
I mean, we're not talking about processing. We're not going into higher order thinking skills here. We're just talking about basic opening questions.
Yeah.
So if you talk about somebody who says, I like to travel, and the serious person says, the one that's not matter of fact is, you don't say, where do you like to travel to? You say, you could say, I've been to this many countries. How many countries would you like to travel to? That seems more matter of fact and down the line, right?
Right.
The humorous one is, oh man, I remember one time I went here. All my stuff got lost. I got locked out of this. Oh, give me an example of, tell me a story of something crazy that happened to you.
Yeah.
That's your humorous one.
Mm-hmm.
What other kind of columns did I give? You see a picture of them. You see a picture of them, and it's that picture that seems like it's that stage picture. They're standing in front of a mountain with their backpack. All right. Oh, wow, that's a beautiful mountain. I love being outdoors. I've been to this mountain in America, this mountain out of the country. What mountain is this you're at, or something like that? Now, third question. Fourth question, I don't know. What's the fourth one? Serious, humorous, picture, and give me a fourth column. I don't know.
I don't know. It just could be anything random.
Let's say, I'm trying to keep it in travel, but let's say
it could also be like, tell me your most memorable meal abroad.
Oh, yeah. See, that's
like
a good
your
one.
Favorite meal abroad.
See, that's a good one. So let's say that they say something about travel and food. Now you combine. We got intersectionality right there. Bam. Bam. So,
and some people travel like to travel differently. So you could ask just about stuff like that.
Oh,
some
yeah.
people are the 5-star Michelin.
Right. Are you a resort?
Yeah.
Are you a camping person?
Are you an all-inclusive?
Right.
Or are
you up at Sandals, or are you up in somebody's house?
Yeah.
You know? Do you like to go all the way back in the woods, or do you like to stay up on the beach?
Which, by the way, speaking about someone's house, I just found this thing online on Instagram.
Okay.
I think it's called Kindred, and it's a house swap thing.
Oh, I forgot. People were doing that for a minute before, but I forgot that it stopped. We need to get up on that.
Anyways.
A permanent house swap of somebody that's on an island that wants to live in the
land. Some people like to, travel.
Anybody's on an island, Turks and Caicos, St. Kitts. We even accept Costa Rica on the beach, and you just want to house swap for like a whole summer or something.
Yeah.
Give us a ring.
Yeah.
Hit us in the comments.
So we met online back before the days of apps and all that jazz.
Yeah, apps weren't fully kicked in yet, so it was kind of more web-based,
like
laptop-based.
eHarmony.
eHarmony was
I feel like there was one.
There was another one. It wasn't Hinge.
Did they have Tinder then?
Tinder was then, but Tinder was still
Tinder was your hookup.
Was still the hookup.
Yeah, just your
location.
Yeah, that was your hookup culture.
It was still hookup culture. Like Bumble wasn't out yet.
I feel like those were the only three that were out.
There was another one. Match was blue.
I don't know.
Match was blue. eHarmony was blue. Oh, there was another one. I remember there was another one.
Moving along.
It wasn't Christian Meat. Christian Mingle or whatever.
Is that still one? It was one, right?
It was one of those things.
Okay. Anyways, so we met online on Match before the days of the app. So you had to log on to the app and...
I'm resisting picking up my phone and looking, but continuing on.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But I want to.
I know you normally
I want
would.
To. In like 5 or 10 minutes from now, I'm just going to bust out with the name of it in the middle of a statement too, probably. But continue on.
Just be present here with us.
I'm present with you. How can I look at that face and not be present?
We might just end this early today, just to let y'all know. So we met online before the days of apps for the 10th time in the last 30 seconds. And what I did when we met, because we met shortly after I joined that one, or I did a trial or whatever. So anyways,
trial, yeah.
I wrote a template message, which is what you were being snarky about a couple seconds ago. I wrote a template message because when you're looking and trying to find something different on everyone, sometimes it just gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
And something that I hear a lot is, oh, the apps are exhausting. It's just full of the same things and I don't even want to get on and it's discouraging and it's not fun and it just sucks the life out of you, things like that.
Yeah.
So what I did is I developed a template message that was very basic and it said something to the effect of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, something to the effect of, hey, I looked at your profile, you know, it looked kind of cool.
You seem kind of cool.
Yeah, you seem kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at mine.
I thought that was for me, but continue on.
It was for you, clearly.
Uh-huh.
Here we are. Take a look at mine. If you, think the same thing or feel the same way, like let's just chat.
Yeah.
If something very similar, like very simple, very, broad and generic, but it made a point that I looked at their thing because I was sending them a message directly.
Yeah.
I don't think we had like the likes and the winks and the send the rose and like I don't think we had all that.
No, the rose thing wasn't there. You could tap and do that without sending a message, but you did. But I would never do that.
I never did either.
All the tap was like, hey,
right.
That's all the tap was. Who's going to respond to that?
Right. So if you send a message, and here's the thing, some people are like, I don't want to be the one to reach out. I don't want to send the message, and especially women, I find like, well, I want them to do it.
Bump that.
You don't know this person.
Yeah.
You may never see them.
Mm-hmm.
Just send them a message.
Right.
Send them a message.
Some of those things like that.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Because some of those things like that where you're thinking about either I want to be reached out to or I want to be the one who initiates and things of that nature, they're great. But keep in mind that you are talking about a different medium. So if you're talking about in person, you want the male to initiate and you want a male who's going to do the traditional stuff. Come speak, buy a drink, open the door, stuff of that nature, right?
Yeah, gender roles.
Yeah, those traditional gender roles. Keep in mind that if that's what you're looking for, that's cool, but don't expect for that to fully be able to be actualized on an app.
Right.
Or so feel free to initiate and then afterwards, when you're in person, you can see if those things happen.
Right, I agree.
Because once again, you're talking about this app or this social media, this app or this website where everybody's looking at this smorgasbord of selections. And oftentimes, how many times are you looking through the app and you just sat down and did nothing but the app? Exactly.
I don't know.
And think about that. When we were going through, it was still primarily, you can look at the website on the phone. But
you still had
to
log into
you had to log
yeah.
in and go into a website.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so even if you were doing it on your phone, you were probably doing something else. Now imagine that it's on the app and it's been made easier, which is what it is today. It's so much easier at the point where we are, where TV is even being made to be watched while you look at your phone. Right. Imagine what social media and imagine what that dating looks like, that app looks like, or the other person is doing while they're on the phone. They're doing 2 or 3 other things. Mm-hmm. So that person skipping over you or bypassing you might actually have nothing to do with you anyway. They could have just been distracted. Yeah. They were doing something else. They're only giving you a quarter to 10% or a third of your brain. They're not giving you the full picture. So if you see something, go ahead and say something. See someone, say someone.
See someone, say something.
But if you see somebody, go ahead and say something, and then wait to kind of hold those roles and some of those in-person requirements for when you actually get to be in person.
Sending a message via an app is not the same as approaching someone when they're sitting with a group of their friends out and about.
Oops, sorry. No, it isn't.
The stakes are very low. Sending a message, the stakes are very low. And I find that people are often put off or offended or bothered when I sent them a like and they didn't respond. They didn't acknowledge it.
Right.
I'm like, well, did you do something? Well, did you send them a message? Well, no. Okay, so you sent
them
a like, and you wanted them then to send you a message. Like, all you did was push a button.
You did the lowest effort thing.
Yeah.
And expected somebody to give you a higher effort.
The stakes are not that high.
Right. And I too believed in the thought with you, which is like, I don't know this person. So if they don't respond, so what?
And I literally just messaged anybody that seemed interesting.
Right.
Yeah, like they seem interesting. Yeah, sure. Like, let me send them my template.
Right. And I
and some responded and were like, hey, thanks for that, but not interested. Some never responded. And some we had conversations and met and some change your life. Some I live with now.
Right. Some change your life.
But the stakes are just not that high to send a
No.
message.
And then keep in mind this. For example, you were looking out of town. So I never would have seen you.
Right.
I never would have seen you. You're in Graybill, Indiana. Never even heard of the place until you. So so I never would have found you.
No.
You, on the other hand, lived there and had cast a wider net because
I didn't want to stay there.
You didn't want to stay there. So you knew you were going to move. You knew you were willing to move.
Whether I wasn't looking for someone to move out of the town I lived in, I was still planning on moving out.
Yeah. You were
town.
planning on moving anyway. But because you knew you were moving, you also could open your net and just say, hey, I know I'm moving anyway. So I might as well see whoever's where. That side is the answer for you. But also keep in mind that I was in Atlanta.
Right.
And at that point, kids are in school and stuff of that nature. I'm not going anywhere because they have a life.
You had roots here.
And I have roots here, and I have to wait for their life on some level to advance and matriculate up to the next level. So I'm not going anywhere at the moment. But to see your thing come through and it's like, oh, somebody from Indiana. Should I even have a conversation?
Yeah, that's right. You were even considering if you wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, I had to consider because you weren't here.
Just saying.
You weren't here. See, so you weren't here. I thought I got this, but
you could have held yourself back from the best gift that the universe has ever given you by thinking.
This might feel real good, huh?
By carrying on with that thinking. I'm just very honest. By carrying on with that thinking.
I agree to disagree.
You are not letting me speak today. It's getting on my last nerve.
I know, it's funny. Continue on.
Anyway, if you would have kept that limited thinking, you'd have kept yourself, like you'd have prevented yourself and kept yourself from, like I said, like I think we all agree, greatest thing that the universe has ever given to you.
Greatest thing ever.
But you said, hey, you know what? Let me just see where this goes.
Right.
Let me just give it a chance. But if you would have said, nope, they don't live here, I'm not considering that.
Because why? What would my answer? Why would have not? Just because you weren't here.
Because you were already advanced it so many steps to think like, well, you know, I can't have a long distance relationship, or they're not here, so I won't be able to get to know them, or I don't even know what the stories,
which is way far down the road from the first conversation.
Right.
Exactly. Because we
talked on the phone the very first day. Matched, and I'm pretty sure you were like, I think I'm in love with her. Love at first talk.
You know, it was the voicemail that did it.
My nasally northern voice.
It was the nasally northern voicemail that did it.
That Midwestern twang.
You said you respond in 24 hours, so I expect to get a call. Just being snarky straight up.
That's not snarky. I'm exactly that person.
Oh, you are, but... But it was sweet snarky. It was Sour Patch Kiddish.
I am a Sour Patch Kid.
So, but that idea that if I had just decided you're in Indiana.
Question.
What? The candy one?
Yeah, like that's something I ask people.
Oh, that is a good profile. Talk about icebreaker. That could be a good icebreaker. Yeah, that's a good
question I ask people, and I ponder this for other people. Like if you were
I can't ever remember what you give me.
Sometimes it changes. I remember, what was it? I'll have to think about that. I remember it was like an old timey like nougat type of candy.
Nougat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But because if you were candy, like what candy would you be?
I don't know this answer.
But like that's a funny.
Oh, you're saying the question of it.
Yeah, that's just an easy, or it gets people thinking. And I've asked these questions in couples therapy sessions to people before. Like what is your spirit animal and why?
And I like the spirit animal more than like what type of dog would you be? I don't know why I don't like that one, but
no.
I like the ones that are like spirit animals or candies because they're already based on something that's a little more not ethereal, but a little more like lightweight and
but it also gives you insight into someone.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is I asked a couple and she was without pause was like, oh, I'm a trash raccoon. And you would not have expected it. You would not have expected it from this person at all.
She said a trash raccoon.
She told us
not a normal raccoon, a trash raccoon.
A trash raccoon. And then as she was telling stories and I was just like,
okay.
And it was very fitting and very funny. And I was like, she is right.
Trash raccoon it is.
She is right. But even in my office, sitting with her partner, they had never heard these stories before. They were not aware of some of these things, but without pause, she was like, oh, I would be this.
Yep.
And then told stories why she would be that.
Which goes back to that thing I was saying. Keep on saying the number of years in people's lives, it is hard to actually get through all the stories. So you have plenty of things to learn about somebody. Plenty of things to learn.
We should talk more about like some of those like questions like that in another.
Just more probing questions.
Yeah, like low stakes questions that can get to like
personality
deeper
things.
Yeah. Because something like that, like I think that's always a funny thing. Or like the candy, and then you're like, okay, I would be like this candy, and then you're like, actually, no, I would be more like blah blah blah.
Right. Because then it allows you to get to it in a way that's more loose,
right,
and free flowing.
Because without pause, I'm like, oh, I'm like a Sour Patch Kid.
Oh yeah, that's definitely yours.
First time sour, then I'm sweet.
Yep.
But even the sour, you just can't get enough of.
Yeah. 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 That'd be right. That'd be right.
Anyways.
That's why you bring me all the joy in my life.
And we should end with that. So thanks for joining us. If you have questions or things that you want us to discuss or anything like that, please put them in the comments. Subscribe.
Down below.
Like, share.
Yes, please do. And come back often.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all in the next one.
Real comfortable here.
Now it's getting to get good.